You are listening to The View from Laura's Window, a podcast where life is explored through positive Christian thoughts. Everyone has a window, and each window has a different view. Here, I hope you will find the view to be encouraging, inspirational, and useful as you walk through your daily journey. Sometimes our view may not always be clear or focused, but through this podcast, I hope you can have a much better perspective. So open up your windows, your hearts, and your thoughts to the encouraging view from Laura's perspective. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. I am Laura, your host, and today's Monday, and we are into April. I'm thinking today is April the 6th. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. All the days are just like coming together as one. But if you're here, I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time here, I welcome you. Today's episode is number 51, and it's entitled Unhurried. And today, I think we are finding ourselves in the season of slowness, when the hurried has become unhurried, a time when we are forced to stop our busy lives and face what is in front of us. This podcast is all about perspective and a focus on what is positive, what is real, and what is good. And I truly believe God is in the midst of all of this unhurriedness. And I see people living their lives in a way like I've never seen before. They're coming together, they're praising each other, they're working in harmony for the good of all. This season of life has become a time for prayer, a time for contemplation, a time for reflection, and a time for looking up. And I think we can easily forget that the simplest joys are found in our everyday moments of an unhurried life. I have to say, I truly miss my hugs from my two grandsons and how they can just wrap their arms around my neck or around my legs and hold on tight for that unhurried hug. This is a time to breathe, a time to reflect, a time to create, and for some, a time to let go. And I've been wondering, do we spend enough unhurried time with those who matter, with those who need us, with those who really make a difference in our lives? And what about God or Jesus? Do we spend enough unhurried time with our Creator? I know I don't. And watching the world around me has opened my eyes to a new understanding of how our lives can stop in an instant with no warning and no notice. These days, we are living intentional lives. We are having to say yes to some things while saying no to others. And it is happening on the opposite end of the stick. Some they're like sacrificing their own lives and their own families for others, and others are learning the meaning of sacrifice in a completely different perspective. Unhurried is where we are. And my hope and prayer is that when we return to a new normal, because I don't think we're ever going to get back to a normal, it'll be a new normal. I hope that we will continue to live in a slow, unhurried life. You know, photographers, they have a way of bringing out the features of a person's face to tell a story. And my prayer is that we will also learn how to slow life down to get real with others. That we can read a person's face, every line and every wrinkle, and want to know their story. Yes, I think we need to want to know their story. And God's time, I don't think God's time it's not like our time. It's not rushed. It's unhurried. And my challenge for us this week is to look for all the unhurried moments, appreciating the smell of the spring air, the slowness in our lives, the time when we stop looking at our schedules and our watches is a reminder of where we need to be. The time when parents learn to answer those questions, those many questions of their children, of the whats and the whys. So I want to take this moment and I want us to enjoy the pause and the realness of our unhurried lives. And I want to take time to read a scripture. It is Ephesians 4:2, and it says, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." I'll read it one more time because in this season of life that we're in, I think this is important to remember. Ephesians 4:2, "Be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love." And I wish that for you. I hope that for you. My prayer is that we all get through this together and we learn from this experience. And once again, I want to say I love you guys. And until next time, I love you.